I know for a fact that my list is gonna anger some people. Thank you for joining me as the 97th Oscars are nearing us. I thought I'd rank all 10 movies nominated for the top prize of Best Picture. I gotta say, this is a great year overall at the Oscars. Some glaring snubs, especially in Best Picture, which maybe at the end I'll talk about, or if you've seen my favorite films of the year, I'll give you a hint. My number 5 on that list is a movie I really wished had been nominated for Best Picture, but either way, this is my ranking of the 10 films that were nominated. As I always say, this is my personal opinion. This is not the definitive list. This is just my personal ranking of which I liked the least to which I loved the most. Feel free to disagree and let me know in the comments if there's any you would have put higher or lower, or any movies that weren't nominated for Best Picture this year that you really wish were. Let's start us off with number 10, A Complete Unknown. This was easy to pick as my least favorite of this year's Best Picture nominees, but it's still a damn good movie. I really loved the first half. I think the first half is fantastic. Later on, I have some gripes with it. The story slows down. It gets caught up in a few too many big folk scenes, but it ends really well. And in the week since I've seen it and now I'm recording this, the more I thought back at it, the more I liked it. Great direction from James Mangold. Timothée Chalamet, his dedication into becoming Bob Dylan, his voice. Monica Barbaro also as Joan Baez blew me away and made me want to discover more of both Bob Dylan and Joan Baez's music. Number 9, The Substance. Okay, everything from here to number 1 I absolutely love. This is one of the most unique horror movies of the last couple of years. Demi Moore making like the best comeback performance I can think of. Margaret Qualley is wonderful. The direction, it does lose me a bit in the last 10 minutes. It gets a little too silly for my taste, but everything before, it's so wild and fun, and yeah, all I can say is it's a really great, I guess, examination of the systemic misogyny that has plagued, the entertainment industry for so long, while being a really interesting character piece and just a really great time. Number 8 is gonna be Wicked. Yeah, the way this movie really captured me, I really wasn't expecting it. I kind of just went to this movie in theaters because literally everyone was, and all the Gladiator Wicked memes, I kind of just went because it was such a big cultural event, but it ended up just blowing me away. The musical numbers are some of the best I can remember from recent musicals. The direction, the set design is so intricate, the costumes. Number 7 is I'm Still Here, a movie that wasn't on many people's radars until Fernanda Torres won the Golden Globe, and then the movie surprisingly got a Best Picture nomination out of nowhere in a way, because not many people had seen or heard of it. And I'm here to report that this movie is worth all the praise. It's a really devastating and difficult movie. Fernanda Torres brings so much soul to the film. I absolutely loved her in it, but the movie and the story are really captivating. It's a movie that's very personal yet political. It's quiet yet ferocious. It's devastating yet enduring, and really leaves you with a lot to think about. Number 6, Conclave. Edward Berger has done it again. I love this guy's directing, and he's already coming out with another movie after this later in the year. And Ralph Fiennes giving one of his best ever performances. Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow, Isabella Rossellini, all great. I feel like one of the big reasons that Conclave has resonated culturally is the political implications, and I feel like one of the reasons that Conclave has resonated culturally is it goes to show that, like, wherever you are in situations of power and community like this, people are always selfish, throwing each other under the bus, hungry for power, and it's made in a really entertaining but thoughtful and patient and brilliant way. Yeah, not many negative things to say about Conclave. At number 5 is Nickel Boys. Really stylistic stylistically breathtaking movie that gets you attached to its characters in a really innovative mode of cinematography and filmmaking, and really resonated with me emotionally after I watched it. I'm really glad that this is one of the films nominated for Best Picture this year. I think it's one of the best movies of the year. It tells a story from a unique perspective that leaves a lot of thought, both from a filmmaking side and from a historical side. It tells a really important and dark story set in the 60s. Number 4 is Emilia Perez. Yes, this is the one that I know will get some people angrily commenting because they didn't enjoy it as much as I did. I don't care. I loved it. I went and saw it at TIFF, and I still think back at it. I love the songs. I am really rooting for Zoe Saldana to win Best Supporting Actress. I really hope this video ages well, and if you're watching this back in March, I hope she's won. Yeah, terrific cast. I think the direction, the way the film looks and sounds, the music is all really stunning. It's a very one-of-a-kind movie. I understand that the fusion of genres or the premise or the approach might have put some people off right away, but I loved the story. I loved the acting. I loved the melodrama, the musical numbers, and it also made me want to see some more of Jacques Audiard's other films. And let me just say, he does not make the same movie twice. All of his films are very different from a genre and setting and even a cultural point of view. Number 3 is Anora, a movie that I think already is going to go down as one of the best films of the 2020s. It's got such a unique way of not just production of like the way that they filmed some of these scenes, but of telling its story, of conveying its themes. That's resonated with me for months since I saw it. And Mikey Madison is so amazing in this film, but also all the side characters, even if they're working against Annie's goals, you get to understand them even if you're rooting against them. What a great ensemble cast. Sean Baker's best movie by far, in my opinion. Number 2 is Dune Part 2. Watching this movie opening night is an experience that I'll always treasure. What a cast, what a turn of events in Paul's dark and breathtaking arc. What a look. The sandworm scene, the battles, what a script, what a story. One of my favorite sequels of all time and one of my favorite action movies of all time. And number 1 for me is The Brutalist, a movie that I also think will have an immense legacy, not just for the 2020s, but even for films of the century. I love Brady Corbet's grand approach, which was honestly done with such a small budget. And I think I don't know what he's going to do next, but this is already his masterpiece. Adrian Brody giving such a commanding performance. Felicity Jones also so heartbreaking, and Guy Pearce giving such a big and great performance. The runtime for me is definitely earned. The scale, the impact that it had for me on a thematic and personal level. I'm honestly really looking forward to rewatching it, even though it's such a long and big drama that tackles so many, I guess, so many different eras, and is at times slow, but for me just hits all the notes that it was going for, and a movie that I will never forget for the rest of my life. So that's it, my ranking of the 10 movies nominated for Best Picture. I am really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. It's looking like right now, as I'm filming this, that this is going to be a duel between Anora and The Brutalist, and whichever wins, I'm going to be really happy. If Anora wins, which is what it's looking like right now, I feel like it would go down as a very high-ranked Best Picture winner. Even though if Anora wins picture, I do still hope Brady Corbet wins directing. That way both him and Sean Baker get to take home a trophy. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to continuing that discussion in the comments, but till then, find more content here on YouTube, as well as on my Instagram, Film Toppings, and stay tuned for much more content, including more top 10s on this channel.